We went to Russia in 1973 in July. We were a young couple. I was an editor of a Jewish newspaper, and often we had a column about Soviet Jews and not being able to get out. And the excuse me, the Bnei Akiva Madrich in London, Johnny Oberman, approached me and said, you and your husband really seem like the right kind of people to go to Russia. Would you like to go in 2 weeks' time? So I was 3 months pregnant, and I said, yes, of course. And we went. And we flew to Sweden, and then we met our contact in Sweden, who gave us our parcels to take, and our tickets to go, because in those days, coming from Britain, the only way to get into Russia was without, you needed a visa. We obviously weren't going to get one as British Jews or as even Brits. And so we went by boat as part of a group of American Midwest farmers. And we really fitted in. I took off my tichel, because in those days that's what I wore. And we had a wonderful schmorz. There was a great schmorzborg of herring every day, and we stopped in Helsinki. We met some Jews in Helsinki, and we got to St. Petersburg, Leningrad, and at that point we got off the boat, and we had the things which we had to. And one of the things which our contact Mossad man in Sweden had said, make sure that you sign up to go to the circus, not the Kirov Bank. And we were a bit disappointed about that, as you can imagine. We weren't that keen on Russian elephants. But we went to the circus, and of course, within the first 10 minutes, in all that hullabaloo, you can slip out. And at that point, we had names, addresses, phone cards, all that kind of... No, they didn't have cards.
They did have
but in some way to try and make contact with our Russians. And in 2007, I got back to St. Petersburg, and I went to the bank. Allan has another story.
I just want to add a couple of incidents that happened there. The first one was, as a group, we were taken to a hotel to have a meal. And it was obviously, because we were tourists, it was a nice hotel. And we had to be checked in very carefully to make sure we were from the group, because there were lots of other people crowded around the front door trying to get in, because they were serving a good meal. But the good meal involved soup piled up with meat, a plate piled up with meat. And we relaxed kashrut rules when we were there, but not that much. So we left it. And the curious incident was that the waiter, or waitress, I don't remember which, came and just took the food away, untouched, with no comment whatsoever. Right. There wasn't a concept of, is there anything wrong? Can I help you? Do you have a problem or something? No. I hope, by the way, that someone else got that food in the kitchen. The only time we were at some risk was when we came back on boats, and the soldier either suspected or something, because we had to give up our passports when we went off board, and we received like a ticket. And then we would give the ticket back to them, and they would give us back our passports when we came back on board. And he suddenly said, open your coat. And he patted me down to search me. And I did have everything on me at the time, but they were in the coat pockets, so we didn't see that. That was a bit of luck, because we don't know what would have happened had he found the things that he was looking for. When we came back to Stockholm, we were supposed to report what happened. And there was no one there. We had no way of getting in touch with the Mossad, because July the 21st, 1973 was Lillehammer, the Lillehammer incident. Right. And all the Mossad cleared out of wherever they could clear out of in Europe. But we didn't know that at the time. And we didn't find out until we got back to England. The only other thing I think was to say that we had to suspend Shabbat for a week. The boat arrived on Friday and it left on Sunday. And therefore Shabbat had to be totally aborted, and we went wherever we went, we travelled wherever we travelled, we went in order to get things done in literally only 48 hours that we were there. Okay.